Well, hi, welcome again to our reading of sections from Herodotos. I'm reading in Book 1 and up to chapter 85. So at this stage, Kroisos has been captured alive, and Sardis has been taken by the Persians. And so Herodotus continues, Katauton de Kroison tardi egineton. So neuter plural singular verb. So these things were taking place in regard to Kroisos himself. It's tardy looking forward. It's almost the following things were taking place in regard to Kroisos himself. Ein hoi pais, there was for him a child. So he had a son, of whom also previously I made mention. And that the son was mentioned in an earlier section of in an earlier chapter. Tamen alla epiekes. In other respects, he was epiekes. He was fine, but he was aphonos, mute. He was unable to speak. Now we get ente parelthuse, and this is a noun, estoi. Now this is a fairly rare noun. It's a third declension feminine noun. If you're looking it up, it's esto. It ends in an omega. Genitive is us, and this is a dative form here. So it's a slightly odd noun, esto, ending in omega. It's very rare. It means prosperity. It's connected with, I think, just you and the verb to be, so being well off, so prosperity. So it's therefore in the foregoing prosperity, to try and get the elth root in there, so in his previous prosperity, or in the time of his previous prosperity, Cyrus, epipoieke, this is a pluperfect, again, I've mentioned Herodotus likes pluperfects, from poio. So he had done topan everything with regard to him. Alate epiphradzommenos. Epiphradzommenos here, contriving other things, and then we get kaide kai, that nice little phrase here, literally and indeed also. Which you can translate in various ways. So he's contriving lots of other things, and it's almost and especially and even he sent apepomphee. Now this is a lovely verb form. It's not what you'd expect in Attic, but it's actually another pluperfect from pempo. You get a vowel gradation, slightly different in Attic, but it's a pluperfect. So and indeed also he had sent to the Delphians, and we get a future participle here, with the intention of them giving a prophecy, peri autu, regarding him. The Pythia said to him tardi the following, and now we get a prophecy from Delphi, and the prophecy is given in dactylic hexameter. Now dactyl, you may recall from your meter, dactyl is one long, two short syllables, and you also have a spondy, which is two long syllables, and the various rules about where the spondy can go, but combinations of dactyls and spondies make up the dactylic hexameter. It's the same meter you get in Homer, and so on. So here it's ludegenos pollon basiliu megane pia kroise me bulyu polluyuk toni an anadomataku an, and so on with the remaining two lines. So this is the response from the Pythia. O Lydian race, O you of Lydian, O you who are Lydian by race, you who are king of many, so these are vocatives, and then the mega is adverbial here, and then we get Napier, Kroise, Kroisos, you who are greatly foolish, Me bulu, do not, this is an imperative here, do not wish to hear the much prayed for, this is connected with euchomai, to pray, the much prayed for ean, voice, anadomata, up and down the house, the voice paidos thengomenu, of your son speaking. So do not wish to hear the voice of your son as he speaks, the voice which is much prayed for. Todesoi poluleion amphis emenai. So we get a hangover from the next line of the infinitive. This is the infinitive from anai in Homeric Greek. So there's no verb in here. Well, there's an infinitive, so you've got to put in it is much better for you to be amphis, well, perhaps separate in regard to this matter. So it's a funny expression here, amphis in the sense of apart. So the sense is it is much better for you to keep well away from your boy speaking, is the sense of it. So it's much better, so it is much better for you, well, we would have to translate not to hear this sound. And then we get an explanatory gar for he will speak, this is from Audao, he will speak for the first time, proton, on a day which is unolbon, not prosperous, that is unlucky or wretched. So on a day he will speak for the first time on a day which is wretched. Haleskomenu de tu tekios. The gar comes in the next bit here, but really you want to take the gar, I think, with the first bit. So for as the wall was in fact being taken, this is that haliskomai we saw in the earlier chapters here, used as a passive for hyreo. So indeed, for as the wall was being taken, a certain man of the Persians, Aier, came, and he came, we've got a participle here, alognosas. This is from alognoio, aorist participle. It means to mistake one person for another. And if we take that with Kroisos, we can say one of the Persians came, mistaking Kroisos for someone else, and he came hos apoktenion. This is a future participle, as you can see from the vowel gradation here, from apokteno, and there's a lost sigma in here, and hos with a future participle with the intention of. So a certain one of the Persians came, having mistaken Kroisos for someone else with the intention of killing him. Now this is this weak nun, it's enclitic. So Kroisos then, seeing him understood epionta, attacking. Now the main verb here is parameleke. This is another one of these pluperfect forms again, and it's from para plus armelio, so he couldn't care less, is the sense of it. He was past caring because of, so hupo, at the it's almost given his present disaster. So under his present situation, under his present disaster, he was past caring. Nor, now di effere, nor did it make any difference to him in any way to die by being hit, by being smitten. This is from Plaso. This is the aorist passive participle dative here. So So it's sort of given his present disastrous situation, he didn't care at all, nor did it make any difference to him to die, in any way, to die by being smitten. Now the accents here, the hoi is enclitic, so it's put its accent back on the indefinite ti, and that's enclitic, and it's put its accent back on here. That's why we're getting this collision of accents here, but this is the indefinite ti in any way. The point being here, of course, is that Kroisos suspected that if he was caught alive, then he could be tortured and have a very slow and unpleasant death, and so it made no difference to him if he was going to die by being hit by one of these, killed by one of these Persians striking him. Hodepais hutos, ho aphonos, but this boy, the one who was mute, when he saw the Persian Epionta attacking, hupodeus, this is a genitive, the noun is top deos, it's a third declension neuter noun, so by fear and kaku, well, probably something like distress. Erexe from regnumi, phonane, it's a little bit like our expression to break into song. The Greek here is he broke into speech. Apede, and he said, Onthrope make tene Kroison, O man, do not kill Kroisos. Hutos men de tuto proton ephthenxato, metadetuto aede ephonii ton pantachronon tes tsoes. And this man, we get a men and a de, this man uttered this for the first time. This was the first thing this man said, but after this, then, he spoke ton for the entire time of his life. So for the rest of his life, he continued to be able to speak. And that's the end of chapter 85.